into the streets in protest to what they call the decimation of Afrikaans as a language of instruction. The DAK Network says while apartheid policies in the past made it impossible for blacks to study at the university, Afrikaans speakers are now facing similar exclusion.
The reason for our protest action here today is to place focus on the importance on Afrikaans as a highly developed scientific language. And we feel that this university was built, the last 100 years was built through and with Afrikaans. And to decide at this very stage now to do away with the language we feel is very much unjust, and that is our objection, our main objection to Afrikaans not being a language of instruction.
The university says the policy intends to cultivate multilingualism while providing access to quality education. It allows for dual options where lecture material is presented in both English and Afrikaans. It says a second draft of the policy for public participation will follow in June or July.
We must understand that Afrikaans as a language in our country, a language that belongs here, must be read and understood in relation to other languages and other language communities. So we hope that through the public engagement and participation, that indeed the Afrikaans community will take in its place and will engage on matters that not only link and relate to the language, but also its place and relation to other language communities in South Africa.
A list of demands from the pro-Afrikaans group has symbolically been placed on the doors to the university's administrative building.
What they've done with Afrikaans at Stellenbosch must be deplored, must be condemned, and they must urgently be asked to urgently change it around and make Afrikaans a full-fledged university language in which all teaching takes place.
Students have shared their difficulties experienced in lectures.
It is so, difficult for you when you come from an environment where you've been in your mother tongue education for more than 12 years to immediately, transgress to an English academic environment. And you know how English academics is on a university. It's much, higher and much more difficult. So that needs to be taken into account.
It comes down to like equality. We actually started doing equality versus equity, and it's very difficult to understand the difference, because as soon as one is, I almost want to say, like given an advantage over another, it's very difficult for the suppressed ones to actually show this their concern about it. And I think as soon as Afrikaans is given a more better chance to be given as a subject or as a language at Stellenbosch, people are going to feel that they are being suppressed as well from their own language.
The university says a probe into allegations that students have been prevented from speaking Afrikaans in various public spaces on campus is underway. The Human Rights Commission is also investigating the issue. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Stellenbosch.